Hey, what's going on? Um, this concept of does growing your vocabulary help you be more successful? Some subject that can seem pretty obvious for a lot of people, but maybe not very clear, right? Like, how is learning new words going to be helping me, making me more successful? And it's an idea that I just kind of, an insight that I had on that helped, I think, to make it very clear. And how, for example, I often give this example of, if we don't have the idea or the concept of a plane going to China in less than 24 hours seems like impossible, right? If we don't have a mode of transportation beyond the car and the boat, right? If that's as far as we can see, the horse, like if we're like in before the plane is invented, right? The 1700s, the 1600s, going to China in this short amount of time is impossible, right? And maybe that's the situation for one of our goals, right? Maybe we want to make 10K per month. Maybe we want to build a business. Maybe we want to, I don't know, be a sound engineer, or make sound very good, or like cure a disease, right? Or solve an illness, right? And have a stable relationship, right? Being able to manage your emotions, right? Whatever challenge, whatever objective we will have, the difficulty of that challenge will be determined by the amount of words we have to solve that problem. And just like solving any of those problems I mentioned before, if we don't know the one word that will make it possible to solve that problem, then we have to grow our vocabulary. We have to understand more until we can get to that level. And even the word the plane, right? How many words do you need to be able to create the plane, right? All the pieces that go into that plane, right? Propeller, engine, flaps, right? Gaskets, right? All those words allow you to use the plane, right? Or allow you to, so using the plane is one thing, building the plane is another thing, right? And how do you make those parts, right? How do you engineer and manufacture all those parts, right? All those processes are going to be all the words that allow you to script it in place to create that as reality. And so to solve a problem, it requires words to put in the solution in place, to understand the solution, to be able to use it, right? And all of that is dictated by the words that you know and understand. Not the words that you think that you know, but the word that you can use, right? Because maybe someone said, like, oh yeah, to get to China, you just need a plane. And they just said the plane, but you have no context for that. You can't use the word a plane yet, right? And like you have to inform, you have to expand your understanding around what that means and bring it down to a knowing level. And that requires some tools to be able to do that. So yes, the power of words to be able to increase your success, right? Become more successful with words. And we have the key to be able to do that at the most fundamental block. And you may think that, okay, but there's a lot of solutions, there's a lot of way of doing this, right? And I mean, yes, there's different things that you can do, but there are some things that are going to work much faster and remove a lot of obstacles instead of creating new obstacles. And we have that solution that has been brought down to the foundations, to the essentials. And it's kind of shown by the results of the kids using this, of a lot of adults, right, that are going through this process as well. And there's a lot of understanding. Like, there's so much context to this, and principles, and and values that are so sharp, and like laser process guidance to around these tools, to get them to be what they are, and to have the right starting point, right? Same thing with the plane. Okay, yeah, we have the plane, it exists, we can use it, we can get a ticket, we can actually get to China, right? But on the plane, there's someone yelling at you, or there's, I don't know, like really loud music, so you can't even hear anything while you're going over there. Or anyways, you have videos of people telling you why you shouldn't go to China, and you have all like a bunch of propaganda that's like, yeah, China sucks, right? So you're going there, but through the whole time, you don't even want to do it anymore. And so, or you're going on it, but it's like sugar everywhere. There's like cocaine. You're basically like, oh, I need to be on the plane all the time, and like, you know, there's just so much. There's like so many dimensions that we can be misguided, and it all depends on the starting point, right? Is the starting point to support yourself to be the best you can be, or is the starting point to sell you on a trend and make money and move on to the next thing, right? Like that, all those things impact the starting point of what you're doing, and we have the only solution. And so it's pretty cool, and it's really humbling to see this for myself, because I've always thought that, like, oh, but it can't be the only thing. We don't even know everything that exists, and yes, we don't know everything that exists, but now you know that this exists. And is that going to stop you, or are you going to get caught up in the mind and always looking for the next thing? So investigate this. There's a lot of negative publicity online. I mean, there's that 1% that speaks louder than the 99%, because that's how the internet works. It works on emotions, and whatever creates the most fear, whatever creates the most polarity will get the most clicks, if we don't take responsibility and direct the attention. And so, yeah, huge amount of awesome information around what we do online, but you have to connect one-on-one. So that's it for now. Have a good one, and take care.